Alright, hello grade sixes. Welcome back for some more math. We just finished our order of operations. Now we're going to be looking at something a bit different, okay? And it's called mixed numbers and improper fractions. So what we're working on is the outcome to extend understanding of fractions to improper fractions and mixed numbers. Alright? So first off, what is a fraction? Well, a fraction is a part of a whole number and a way to split up a number into equal parts. It is written as the number of equal parts being counted. One is called the numerator over the number of parts in the whole called the denominator. So what you do is you're given a shape, right? And let's say we have our square here and I go into fours. Okay, and I color in 1. Okay, while the numerator is the 1, okay, that's colored in, and the denominator is how many of these shapes make up a whole. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So here my fraction is 4. Okay, this is the numerator. This is the denominator. Okay, another example, we could do it in a pie chart, right? We have this, okay, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 square shapes to make up a whole. Okay, so I would write 6 on the bottom as my denominator. And let's say I colored in 4 of them. Okay, well I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to see 4. So my fraction is 4. All right, this probably isn't new to you guys. All right, let's go back to this one over here. Let's say I had this one colored in. Okay, this one colored in, and this one. All right. Now my fraction is 4 over 4, okay, which we can see equals a whole shape, okay? So fractions are basically parts of a whole, all right? And you can do it with shapes, okay? You can do it with measurements, you can do it with all that stuff, all right? So what is a mixed number? A mixed number is a whole number combined with a fraction, which is combined into one mixed number. Okay, so a mixed number is, let's say, 2 and 1/2. All right. So 2 and 1/2 is a mixed number. Here's my whole. Okay. Here's my numerator, and here's my denominator. Now, how it looks like, okay, the reason why it would be a 2 here is if the shapes here, all right, we're obviously going to have 1/2, okay, so 2 shapes, all right, and what we're going to do is we have to color in 1, 2 to make one hole here, okay, 1, 2 to make 2 holes here. And now what we need to do is go to our third shape here, okay? And we're going to see that it's 1 over 2. So we're going to go 1, okay? And then over 2, all right? So that's one example, okay? We could do another one maybe up here somewhere. Let's go 1 and 1/4, okay? Well, I have to do it smaller here, but what we're going to do is I'm going to draw a square with 4 shapes, okay? Now, how this looks like as a mixed number is we're going to color in 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to get 1, okay? The second shape now, okay, is our fraction, and we're going to color in 1. So here, okay, we have one whole, we have 1 in our next box with a denominator of 4. So a mixed number is this as an example, okay? We have 2 wholes and a fraction, okay? Think that through. A mixed number is a whole number combined with a fraction, which is combined into one mixed number. Okay, so you see this a lot in, let's say, measurements of baking, right? People say 2.5 cups of flour, right? 2 1/4, 2 1/4 of sugar. All right, so this is a good example, okay, of adding wholes, okay, with a fraction. What is an improper fraction? An improper fraction is when the top number, okay, the numerator, is larger than the bottom number. All right. So let's say, let's go 5 over 2. Okay. Here, all right, my numerator is higher than my denominator. All right. This is my num. This is my denominator. Okay. Another example would be 3 over 2. Okay. Great example. All right. So if you think about it, all right, if we did a shape, okay, and I had to do 5 over 2, what I would do is I'd go like this, okay, and I'd make my shapes with 5 over 2, okay? Or with 2, sorry, as my denominator. And then what I would do is color in 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So now I have 1 hole here, 2 holes here, and a half here. So my answer of 5 over 2 is 2 and 1 half. Okay? We're going to get more into this now. So you can use whole numbers and fractions to describe amounts greater than 1. So suppose the red trapezoid is 1 whole, okay, and it has a great example here. Suppose this square is 1 whole, okay? Suppose this circle is 1 whole, alright? These are all examples of a whole, okay? So these green triangles cover the trapezoid. So each green triangle represents 1 over 3, okay? So we took the trapezoid, okay, and we made shapes out of it. Okay, and sorry, I'm not great at tracing. Oh, my bad. Okay, and then we go here. Okay, oh no, what's going on? Right, and then we go here. Okay, let's do another one over here. All right, so we got this. Okay, and now we have our squares. All right, so each of these represents 1/4. Okay, and the reason why is because there are 4 in total. Okay, to make up a whole, but these are each just 1. Okay. So here, if I colored in 1, 2, 3, 4, all right, I would get a 1 hole, all right. Here, we color in this one, and this one, and we get 1 hole as well, 3 over 3, right? We get here 4 over 4. Okay, so here, all right, it's a bit different. We have our trapezoid, right? We have 1 here. Right? We have another right here, okay? And then we have one that isn't finished, okay, right here. Alright, think about that. Okay. So what we have to do, alright, is we want to count, okay, we know a trapezoid represents 3 over 3 is 1 whole. Okay. So here what we have to do is count the shapes colored in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here, okay, my improper fraction is going to be 8 over 3. Okay, so that's one way of showing it. Another way, okay, is to show 8 over 3. We're going to do it with holes now, okay? So here, what I did was I circled this, which is 1 hole, okay? 2 holes here, as you can see, all right? And then our final one, we colored in this one and this one, okay? We got 2 over 3. So here, okay, I've taken my trapezoid, and this represents 3 over 3, this represents 3 over 3, and this is 2 over 3. Okay, well, if we add all those together, we're going to get 8 over 3 as our improper fraction, okay? And if we do our mixed number, we're going to get 2 and 2/3. So we write, okay, and it says 2 and 2/3 as 2 and 2 over 3, all right? So 8 over 3 and 2 and 2 over 3 represent the same amount. Okay, so if we go 8 over 3, 2 and 2 over 3, as you can see, okay, they represent the same thing. So they are equivalent. Okay, so the numerator 8 of 8 over 3 is greater than the denominator. Okay, so this is a great example of an improper fraction. You cannot have an improper fraction if the numerator is lower than the denominator. So let's say I had 5 over 8. Okay, that cannot be an improper fraction. All right, 4 over 5, not an improper fraction. 11 over 5, absolutely an improper fraction. Okay, 2 and 2/3 has a whole number part, 2, and a fraction part, 2 over 3. Okay, so we call this a mixed number, as we know already. So mixed number examples, okay, or anything with holes. It could be 12 and 1/2. It could be 3 and 2/3. Okay, it could be 4 and 1/4. Okay, but it has a whole and a fraction. All right. So we have a couple examples here, and we're going to do both. Okay. So what you have to ask yourself first, all right. Let's do the improper fraction first. Improper. Right. Improper. So there is ways of converting these mathematically, but we're going to do improper first, all right? So we have to ask yourself first, and always get in this habit, is how many make a whole here? Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4 make a whole, so your denominator is going to be 4. All right, pretty simple. Now what you need to do is count how many shapes do you see. So we already have 4 here, okay? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, okay? So now that you counted 9, that's the numerator in this case, okay? Because our improper fraction has a higher numerator. Makes sense, right? Now let's do the mixed number of this, okay? Well, we have 1 whole here, 2 holes here, and we have 1 here, and we know our fraction's out of 4 already, so our answer is 2n 1 over 4. Okay, making sense, I hope, alright? Okay, let's do the second one, and this is an easy part of the assignment, alright? We have a shape here, okay, and we have a rectangle, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is going to be our denominator. I want you guys to get in the habit of always picking, okay, what the denominator is going to be based on what you see as a whole, okay? So it could be, and we'll do another one after, actually, sorry. We'll wait. So we have over 5, okay? So now we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So what I'm going to do is write 12 over 5 as my answer, okay? And now my mixed number, mixed, okay, has to have a hole, okay? So you got to ask yourself, how many holes do we see here? Well, we have 1 here and 2 here. So I'm going to write 2, okay, and I'm going to have 2, okay, over, and then my denominator doesn't change, okay? Notice that. We have 4 here, we have 4 here, okay? So we're going to get 5 here. So here, my mixed number, okay, is 2 and 2 over 5. These two examples are both equivalent fractions, all right? Let's do one more. I'll do one down here. Do like this, a pie chart. Okay, and and we'll color in this much. So I colored in 1 hole here, okay, and then I colored in okay, so what you have to ask yourself, all right, first is, I'm sorry it's a bit messy, how many make a whole here? Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So your denominator of your improper fraction is going to be 6. So now your numerator, sorry, has to be higher, all right? So we have 6 over here, so I'm going to keep counting. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, okay, and that's it, I believe. Yeah, 11, all right? So we get 11 over 6, okay? So now what you have to ask yourself, okay, is how many holes do you see? Well, you see 1, okay, in our mixed number, and we have how many colored in for our numerator? 5, and we kept our denominator the same. So here we have 11 over 6, and 1 and 5 over 6 are equivalent. So really, it's pretty easy after you identify what the whole is, right? It's very important that you find out what a whole is, okay, and what your denominator will be, and from there it's pretty easy. So let's do a couple more here. What would the fraction 9 over 4 look like as a mixed number? Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to write out, okay, our 9 over 4. Okay, we got our squares, lovely. Okay, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Okay, so it's asking your improper fraction, which here is 9 over 4. Okay, because we have 9 colored in, and our denominator is 4. Okay, what's my mixed number? Well, you got to ask yourself, how many holes do you see? 1, 2. Okay, so mixed number, we got 2. And then we're going to get 1 over 4. Okay, we only have 1 colored in here, and our denominator stays the same. So another example there, okay, of how we draw it out, okay, and figure out with these blocks and shapes how to figure it out, okay. What would the mixed number, ooh, that's my bad, okay. Let's go, what would the mixed number 3 and 1/2 look like as an improper fraction? Okay, well, I'm going to draw some circles here, alright. Okay, and I'm going to draw a half on each one, okay. So my denominator here is 2. I know that for a fact, okay, because a whole represents these two. Okay, so now what I need to do is do 3 wholes. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And